Good evening. So we have a lot of wonderful music this evening for you. Come on in, guys. Grab a glass of wine. It makes the music sound better. So we're going to start. I've been teaching this course on cultivating meaning and happiness through mindfulness and yoga, and one form of yoga is bhakti yoga, devotional. So Mirabai and Misha are here.
And Nicholas.
And Nicholas. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm putting it all away. Yes. All right. And there will be a lot of interesting different types and different genres and mixes and people sitting in this evening. So Mirabai, Misha, Nicholas, it's all yours.
Thank you, Ira. Let's give it up for Ira. So this is like totally spontaneous, but I feel very inspired by the work we've all been doing in here. How many of you were in my workshop with Ira? Yeah, okay, wow. How many of you are in Chloe Goodchild's? How many of you are here on like a personal retreat? For some other reason. So this is Misha on sitar, and we just randomly bumped into each other, him and his beautiful, lovely wife Marie, and I was like, wow, we used to play together at Harbin. How many of you have been to Harbin? Yeah, let's sing one for Harbin. So this is really simple. It's a mantra. I always keep the mantras really simple. Mantra means mind protection. Isn't that cool? It's like one translation I learned, and it's like, oh, protects the mind from what? Yeah, you can answer that yourself. All the vrittis, all the fluctuations. So, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Do we all know this mantra? Can we say it once? Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Or then I'll sing to the divine couple, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. And to me, all of this invokes love that already exists within. It's a reminder that no matter what, we connect like right into the heart. Okay? This is Nicholas from Colombia. From the top. So this is call and response, by the way. Kirtan means to sing, to sing. So I need to hear you guys. This is not a performance. This is a prayer performance. A prayer performance. For love. Oh, Chris is here. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram 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 Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sing.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram,
Sitaram,
Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Shri-ram, Jai-ram, Jai-Jai-ram. Shri-ram, Jai-ram, Jai-Jai-ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.
Bolo Shri-ram, Jai-ram, Jai-Jai-ram. Shri-ram, Jai-ram, Jai-Jai-ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.
Thank you, Nisha, Nicholas. Let's hear it up for Chris behind me here.
Something seemed to take from the very start. Love began to make a home out of my heart. I could feel it in my breath, know it by my thought. The way a child learns, like something forgot. Trust is hard, there is no doubt about it. But what is life? What are we without it? So trust the bending bow, trust the turning tide, trust the sound of wings, the beating inside. Oh, what use might I be when it all feels complete? Perfection and despair, doubt, retreat. There you were, as bright as any morning, like a lighthouse, beckoning and warning. Away, 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 away. And so the water changes course, moves me to some newer purpose. The reflections of you are constant on the changing surface. Another town, another shore, another chance at wealth, another mystery to chant some vision of myself. I'm going back to where the music started, before the singer and the song ever parted. Well, I'm going back to where the music started, before the singer and the song ever parted. Away, 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 away. Thanks. Wow. It's just like, needless to say, it's kind of obvious. It's so nice to be here. How many times touring in California, driving by that sign for years, I wish I had an excuse to be here. Right? Lucky us.
Should have passed the sign away in the back gate.
Now that you've said that to me, I will. This is a song about being an asshole, so it's called Note to Self. Because when I first started playing the song, like my two best friends both came up to me probably and said, "Did you write that about me?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I couldn't really have knowledge of those inclinations unless I was privy to them myself." So it's been nice being in Ira's class all week because he's post-asshole. I mean, how could you not be an asshole if you knew that much? It's funny, Jeff was talking about these salons he used to run in Paris, and he was like, man, he's, just wouldn't stop. And now he's like post-asshole. Which would be great. Wouldn't it be great if in 3017 they're having a conference here studying the advent of post-asshole era that started in 2018 because shit was so bad that it was natural, and Ira Israel is like the godfather of post-asshole. Like I said, the song's called Note to Self. Oh, your arrogance prevents you from knowing how great you truly are. And your conceit defeats the subtle magic of your heart. So let the fawning minions come and worship from afar. But God help anyone coming any closer. You're genius and you know it, and you prove it all the time. So why can't anyone come any closer? But when you're gonna come down and love, when you're gonna stop acting so poor, when you're gonna stop trying to be forgiving, when you're gonna come down and love. Oh, your bride sits in waiting while you contemplate your moves, faithfully repeating every vow. And the more she understands, the more he claims she is your burden. And now you say you want somebody else. I guess everything's a problem, and every problem roots itself in the slow earth you were never meant to stand on. But when you're gonna come down and love, when you're gonna stop acting so poor, when you're gonna stop trying to be forgiving, when you gotta come down and love. Yes, you can make an enemy of freedom, or the cause of pretense is steep. Better off to pursue perfection, 'cause it's everywhere and it's cheap. And faith is known to the faithful, and hope is raised by its own hand. You jewel, you gem, you treasure, your light is worth 1,000,000 days. Your love is yours to give, now just get out of the way. Speaking of assholes, I have 6 godchildren. And it seems unconnected, but one of them, my dear friend Marley, she was kind of like, she was about 16, 15, like me. She was like a total asshole. I'm sorry, I'll stop saying this word eventually. I just have to get it licensed. She, you know, she was struggling. She was having a hard time, and I live on this island, and I was on the ferry on the island. I could see her with a gaggle of her friends, so I didn't go over and bother her, but I could see her wondering what I was up to. So I got off the ferry, I was walking into town, and I heard her footsteps behind me, and she's like, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Oh, I was just gonna get some sushi." She's like, I said, "You hungry?" And so she, and we had just had this, I had just taken her to Italy, and we had this trip where it was, I want to tell that story, it was bad. But anyway, she just was not doing so great. So I just said to her while we were eating, I said, "You know, it doesn't matter how big an asshole you are. I only have one job, and that's to be consistent." And she goes, she stops eating, she goes, "I'm not an asshole to you. I keep you company." And she's so right. Anyway, so this was my response to her. With you, everything is music, everything is magic, and I know how to use it. Just let me hear your laughter, the greatest things in silence, before and ever after. Spirit that is timeless, and everything you're seeking, I hope that you don't find it, just the sense that it keeps changing, and I hope that you don't mind it. The feeling nothing's ending is what you bring to me. And as far as I'm concerned, if you know this, you are free. You're the keeper of the flame, but don't take it from me. The light that's in your eyes, oh, anyone can see. And with you, time does not exist. To live is all his life. Yeah, you teach me this. There's something that's eternal, of which we're all a part. Becomes so very clear when I'm near your heart. There's things I'd never sell, long as I may live, but I've been holding on to something you make me want to give. Your questions are my answers, your smile heals all doubt. I'll show you what I've learned, but you know what it's all about. You're the keeper of the flame that anyone can see, and the way you want to live is the way it ought to be. The treasure of my life is plain enough to me. By your light, And you know I love you for taking on yourself, accounting for your life, the measure of true wealth. 'Cause some don't know the difference between loving and dying. Some are tortured souls, some aren't even trying. There's love that's been restricted, measured and forbidden, ransomed and promoted, that might have just been given. But I like your translation. It's something just extent. You're a state beyond permission, without precedent. You're the keeper of the flame, but don't take it from me. The wonder of your heart, everyone can see. Keeper of the flame, freedom is your name. My keeper of the flame, freedom is your name. My keeper of the flame, freedom is your name. Freedom is your name. Freedom is your name. Let's get Nicholas on the box.
Yeah.
Just like we practiced, Nicholas. How can all our work not be better days? How can so much hope disappear? Walk so many streets and they seem to say, whoever built this work never live here. Oh, the click, click, click when you counting coins. Our footsteps running further away. You can buy your distance from anyone, but you'll come any closer, it just doesn't pay. It's next to my heart, it's next to my skin, it's where my life started. How can we begin to understand all the tragedy when meaning always bows to each other? One more child abducted and worries, one more politician selling protection. Just how many trails do they plan to go? The southern walls get higher and higher. Distance just a moment you interested. You're the violence you meet when you walk your own street. It's next to our hearts, it's next to our skins. You can't even start, you cannot begin. How can all our work not be better days? Greed just burns up all we do good. Property is made out of everything, and need is thrown in fire like wood. Oh, the click, click, clicking of counting coin, like footsteps running further away. You can buy your distance from anyone, but don't come any closer, it just doesn't pay. It's next to my heart, it's next to my skin. It's where I might start, it's how I begin. And it's next to my heart, it's next to my skin. That's where I might start, it's how I begin. It's next to my heart, it's next to my skin. It's where I might start, it's how I begin. There he is. More on him later. So yeah, I'm gonna play a few more songs, and then we're gonna get it's gonna turn into a salon. The lessons Morchestra is gonna get at, and we're gonna do a post-asshole salon. Nicholas, that was awesome. Keep your ears open, Don. You might hear something you like. At my dad's funeral, my friend Martha came up to me and said, "It's cool that your father spent his whole life building roads and you spend your whole life traveling and making music," which is a really nice thing to hear. Yeah, so that's where this came from. Strange preoccupations, built-in detonations to my best laid plans. The short and the straight line, little more than confined this distracted man. As long as I'm meaning, as long as anything is meant to last. My friends and my mistakes, each one I've been so eager to make. Back home in my kitchen, got slipping water dripping like it's always been. My father worked on highways, I got a lot of my ways from his gentle means. I drive like I was born to, with an urge to roam, souls walk through to the streets. I got this burning heart from the distance between stars and the slowness of my feet. feet. Well, I laid out complete by the distance between stars and the slowness of my feet. You want to play Margaret? Before we get the band up. That was Sweet Dawn on the bass. I mean Sweet Dawn.
Sweet Dawn.
Sweet Dawn, right?
Sweet Dr. Dawn. Dr. Dawn.
Dr. Dawn. Dr. Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Do you guys feel the energy of this room after all the love and spirit? I mean, forever it's been going on in this room for decades, but this week we did our best to charge it up. And I would like to give it up to my dear friend, your dear friend Ira Israel, for being such a warm and gracious host. And doing such great work with his gifts and graces is just amazing. We did this last year, and as I was saying, hearing his teachings the second year in a row, it's a whole other experience. It's really great. I feel very grateful to be receiving that. So I know there's a lot of people here in transition. Yeah, what's that? Exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, no. But the thing is that there's so much discouragement, right? And it's you come here and you come with people who, we've all got our courage and our wherewithal that brought us here, and we're privileged to be here, right? And I've been thinking. I think a lot about privilege anyway, but there's a lot better things to do with your privilege than guilt. For instance, like applying your privilege, right? Which is like sometimes disguised from you, but especially when people are telling you not to. Margaret, morning's finally here. Came up so quiet on the night that lasted years. Don't doubt what you see with your eyes, written on every cloud that's gathered in the morning skies. You know they're gonna blame your crime for their hatred. There's nothing sudden about war, they were always keeping score. Well, I know you owe them something, but you owe yourself much more. Who needs to know all this rain would be snow if it was colder outside? If the worst hasn't been, then all we have seen is enough to decide. Ransoms at such high cost, you bail people out to contend with their self-disgust. Blunted edges gone from their lives, their tongues will hack at you like dollar knives. I'd rather race trains on my bike than listen to all this shit they speak. keeps me absent from the pack when they hunt down their monster of the week. I'm sick of all their scores and that sober indignation from the drunkard on the floor. But does it scare you to know all this rain would be snow up and it's colder outside? Cause the sky has been sung, the wind is just blown, the weather takes no side. Cynicism is an early death. Oh, the critics and the drowned. We are left to love and hate for them who never fight the ones they love for hire. So does it scare you to know all this rain would be snow if it was colder outside? The sky has been sun, the wind is just blown, the weather takes no side. The sky, for all its fury, it puts nothing at stake. She steals clouds from the water with the rain to always forsake. Let's hide inside the curtains. The city's tides are warm. Take refuge in the rhythm before this morning storm. Before this morning storm.
Stay there, don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. Let's get the rest of the Les's Morchestra up here. We're gonna do, as Ira would say, you guys okay on your tukishes for another 4 songs?
Yes. Which song should we play first? Okay, good. Yes, you can. Oh, wait, you're Oblivion first. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you as soon as I'm done. This is the Les's Morchestra, everybody.
Can you believe that it just formed this week?
It is fucking cool. Enough with the profanities. Do whatever comes naturally, Nicholas. I trust you with my life. Every star shining in the midnight, every measured day against the sun, every wild persuasion of the moonlight, all things said and all things ever done. Oh, oblivion, oh, oblivion. wave and ripple on the ocean. Every feeling noticed by the mind, every desperate labor of deceit, every courage willing to defy oblivion, oblivion. On my way I've learned to pay attention. Well, halfway there my heart has found a clue. Don't you want something more than good intention? Don't you want nothing less than I love you? Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Take it, Jack. Oblivion. Oblivion. So thank the rooster for the warning. It's dark out there, but the heavens move the same. We're halfway home and we'll be there by morning. Listen, kid, they're calling out your name. Oblivion. 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 Every star shining in the midnight. So the reason why I'm here, other than my parents falling in love and all that stuff, but is because I got this email
At what time?
2 in the morning. I get this email from this guy named Ira Israel going, "Hey man, I was just teaching at Esalen and I heard this song coming out of the gate box and I thought it was a Van Morrison song and it's you and I've just been checking your music out and I do a thing on you for the Huff Post." And I was like, my response was, "That's so cool, it happened at Esalen." And he wrote back saying, "That's amazing, you know what Esalen is." So that started our fast and deep friendship. But that's why we know each other. So it's always so amazing. I mean, that song had been written, 10 years before now. So the song's called Superior. I don't know if anybody I know we're on the wrong side of the continent for Great Lakes consciousness, but I bring you consciousness of the Great Lakes. We got some Midwest. We're working at. But anyway, I live in this place called Wolf Island, which is right where the Great Lakes meet the same. When it's over 20% of fresh water on the planet comes through there. 4% of migratory species. It's crazy. The other end of the Great Lakes is the top of Lake Superior, which is, if you grow up touring Canada, you're driving that all the time. The North Shore of Superior is really something. So. High on the Great Lakes, big tanker holding in the bay. See how the light breaks, dawning crown of fierce gray. Old face superior, over his shoulders fall the streams. Now and again memory, now and again tides, now and again dreams. That's the reflection of my face upon your own. Give me direction, I am thrashing on the stone. Shattered by instinct, reason and doubt. Love will never win, it's just the only way out.
Where are you going? What is this river that's broken? Ancient and knowing that the heart is better broken.
Bodies of water, exiles of years, seeking our level, returning our tears. Shattered by instinct, reason and doubt. Love will never win, it's just the only way out. Way out. Way out.
The truth is burning, and the rest in the water. The streets are full of tears, and the future's full of mourners.
Oh, freedom, oh, my great friend. How I wish you could stay, I wish we didn't have to contend. Shattered by instinct, reason and doubt. Love will never win, it's just the only way out. Shattered by instinct, reason and doubt. Love will never win, it's just the only way out. Way out. Way out. Not found capable of this real love. Not found capable of this real love. Not found capable of this real love.
This is Morchestra, everybody. We were looking in the dining hall. We had a couple of choices. There was hot basics. Ahimsa. Somebody taught me about my privilege. Is Nikki Giovanni? You guys know Nikki? I first met Nikki when she was doing a reading in Harlem, and Nikki's like, she wrote the poem "Ego Trippin'." Anybody? Any takers? It's like she's like the godmother of rap. Like she wrote that poem in like 1968, I think. I was there when they raised the Sphinx. Okay, that's Nikki. She's amazing. So I went to see her read in Harlem, and I was the only Caucasian there and the only male there as well. And it was very funny because after the crowd, got her to do one of her Black Panther poems and stuff, she turned to me and she looked at me, she goes, "So I guess we can blame this all on you." And I said, yeah, I'm your boy, but how do you like being a blonde? Because she peroxided her hair. And she goes, "Membership has its privileges." Right? So then afterwards she came up to me, she goes, "What are you doing up here?" Meaning uptown. And I said, "Well, I didn't know, other than the fact that I've always loved your work, but 2 weeks ago I lost my dad to cancer, and you just had everybody in this room laughing about your double mastectomy, so that's probably what I was doing here." But really, what I said to her is that you saved me a lot of time, because you were born into truths that I would never face unless I was in crisis, until it was too late. And that was something that I was always wondering how come Audre Lorde, Sonia Sanchez, all these amazing Black female voices caught me really young. I was really, really lucky. But basically, that's the thing, is that I feel like they saved me time. And so years later, I was doing this album called the GAS CD, which stands for Governments Accountable Society, Citizens Equals Democracy, and it got around the world. It raised money for people who were arrested protests at G8 economic summits and whatnot, and Nikki helped me with it. And it came out on September 11, 2001. So the FedEx woman woke me up that morning. She's like, Chris, you know what's happening? The first tower fell. And I was at my studio in Brooklyn, and we went on the roof, and we saw the second tower go down, and everybody was funneling out of the N train, and it was, anybody who's, you guys know what it was like, right? But at the time, to support my charity habit, I was working at a restaurant called Blue Ribbon, and I was really fucking pissed off because the Yankees were in the World Series and they had the fucking ball game on while we're bombing Afghanistan. And then I get home, and Nikki calls me. She's like, Chris, you see the game tonight? And she said to me, I don't care who wins or loses. It's whoever steps up to the plate. That's who I root for. And she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was saying to me. And I anyway, so this song is about that time. The rapture came, and it only let them down. Questions remain in the cities and the towns. What had they wanted? An end to everything they scorned. Now nothing's over. The capacity to mourn. The lie was total. Society was spent. We did as we pleased, while the soldiers came and went. I took a lover, but all she wanted was my fear.
Oh, I know to some people it's the only thing that's clear. Or did you march here? Or were you dragged here on your knees? Compelled by orders, or the shackles at your feet? Was it in a dungeon, or on the highest floor? That you received these sacraments of war? The streets were filled long before the towers fell. Most presume that it was meant for us as well. God, people pray, poor people do what you must do. What's really wretched in this world is another sin for you. And freedom came my way in the form of nervous friends who felt they had less to betray than to defend. Love is no burden, love is no sentence, love is no trial. Love is the final freedom. Na 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 na. You guys can try singing that too. Na na na, beautiful. Na 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 na. Let's do that some more. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na. So did you march here, or were you carried by the chain? That links every stranger's cruelty to every martyr's name. Cause Satan and St. Peter, they tend to dress the same. Through these gates, everything and nothing are exchanged. Thanks. We got one more song. The rest is Morchestra. One more song.
And special guest.
And then special guests. Galore. So thanks to everybody for listening. It's been such a pleasure to play this thing. And yeah, it's good. The night is young, right? We're just gonna have to do more gigs like this. This is cool.
Morchestra!
This is Morchestra.
Rebrand.
Take your top off.
Okay, you're not good. We can work on that.
Rebrand. The rebrand orchestra.
One time my mom was at a gig in Toronto and she was like, I'm worried about you because all your songs are so sad. I was like, yeah, whose fault is that?
If it's not one thing, it's your mother.
I can say that because my mom, I left out. My mom and I are actually very close. Very close. But I was like, Mom, that's why I'm so fucking happy. Yeah, Carolyn Brown. Carolyn Brown is something. Now, she was raised by an asshole. But she didn't pass it on, which is amazing. It's weird though, because now she's 81, she wants to be 5. She wants to do it again, and do, you know, like, I'm serious. I talked to her about it. I'm like, what was it, like, Mom 6? Was that when the bottom fell out? She's like, no, it's 5. That's what Mom said she didn't like me. I'm like, I can tell. But, you know, it makes me love her even more, the fact that, you know, we had this home that was just, it was magic, you know. Anyway. Here we go. Fail to look, fail to find, fail to try, fail to climb, fail to hunger, fail to wear. Fail to be aware, fail to burn. Fail to come, fail to go. Fail to tie and fail to toe. Fail to suffer, fail to know. Fail to believe and fail to know. Fail to sing, fail to convince. Fail to fear and fail to wish. Fail to want, fail to feel. Fail to love and fail to fail. Oh, witness, I climbed the stair. Oh, witness, flowers in my hair. Oh, witness, I pawned the key. Oh, witness, oh, witness, failed to linger in the shadow of a swallow's flight. Failed to count every grain of sand and failed to chase the light. Failed to follow something slow. Failed in wonder and in hope. Failed to follow something slow. Failed in wonder, failed in hope. Failed in hope. Failed in hope. Oh, witness. Oh, witness. Oh, All right, thanks for listening to Les's Morchestra. Sky is going to do a song for you right now. And then we'll take as our Steve leader calls it, a hydration check. And then we'll come back with more music and love. Thanks for listening, everybody.
So deeply honored to be here with all of you. This is amazing. Thank you for your work and for your intentions and for your love and for your attention. And just taking a moment to bring all of the energy and presence that you have cultivated while you've been here into your heart right now for this moment of presence together in this room as we sing a song of gratitude. I sing my gratitude to the earth beneath my feet. You teach me how to grow. You give me all I need. I sing my gratitude to the wind blowing, blowing through the leaves. You teach me to let go and how to use my wings. I sing my gratitude to the waters, to the waves from whence we came. You teach me how to flow, and that we're all the same. I sing my gratitude to the fire burning bright. You teach me to transmute by turning on my light. I sing my gratitude to the love, to the heart that lies within. You teach me how to be and to love who I have been.